Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start lecture number 2, that is history of classification systems. बायोडाइवर्सिटी का इंट्रोडक्शन हमने लास्ट वीडियो में देखा था. अब हम देखेंगे कि जो हिस्ट्री है, हमारा जो क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम है उसकी क्या हिस्ट्री है और कौन कौन से साइंटिस्ट या बायोलॉजिस्ट ने उसके ऊपर वर्किंग की है. लेट्स स्टार्ट. Okay, history of classification systems. The earliest known system of classification of organisms comes from the Greek philosopher Aristotle. He classified all living organisms known at that time as either in the group Plantae or in Animalia. यानी दो ग्रुप्स रखे थे अरिस्टोटल ने, एक प्लांटी था और एक एनिमेलिया था. यानी प्लांटी में सब प्लांट्स आ गए और एनिमेलिया में सब एनिमल्स, और उसकी स्टडी आ गई. In 700s, Abu Usman Umar al-Jahiz described the characteristics of 350 species of animals in his book. He wrote a lot about the life of ants. In 1172, Ibn Rushd Averroes translated Aristotle's book The Animal on the Soul in Arabic. In the end of 15th century, many biologists had started work on classification methods. Carolus divided nature into three kingdoms: mineral, vegetable, and animal. And he used 5 ranks in classification: class, order, genus, species, and variety. He is best known for his introduction of the method still used to formulate the scientific name of every species. यानी इन सब जो साइंटिस्ट थे, इन सब की अपनी अपनी एक वर्किंग रही है और इन सब ने एनिमल्स और प्लांट्स के बारे में लिखा. लेकिन अब बायोलॉजिस्ट को चाहिए फुली डिस्क्राइब्ड डाटा. इस वजह से वो इन चीज़ों पर एग्री नहीं हुए. तो मज़ीद वर्किंग के बाद सबसे पहले हमारे बने थे 2 किंगडम्स, देन 3 किंगडम्स एंड देन 5 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन, जो कि अब तक माने जाते हैं ताकि साइंटिस्ट प्रॉपरली चीज़ों को डिस्क्राइब कर सकें. ये है हिस्ट्री ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम. कौन से साइंटिस्ट ने कब से कब तक किस चीज़ पर काम किया था. Andrea divided plants into 15 groups and called them genera. John Ray published important works on plants and classificate. Augustus Ravenous introduced the taxon of order. Tournefort introduced the taxa of class and species. Carolus grouped species according to similar physical characteristics. तो ये एज इट इज़ आ जाएगा. इसमें शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस में पूछ भी सकते हैं कि कौन से साइंटिस्ट की क्या वर्किंग थी या टेक्सॉन ऑफ ऑर्डर किसने इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया था. इस तरह के शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस पूछे जा सकते हैं. History of classification systems. Biologists prefer such a system that can provide maximum information about the basic differences and similarities among different organisms. यानी कि ऐसा सिस्टम जिसमें डिफरेंसेस स्पीशीज की और सिमिलैरिटीज एक जगह पर हों, डिफरेंसेस एक जगह पर हों और उनकी मैक्सिमम इंफॉर्मेशन हमें मिल सके. According to earlier classification system, organisms were classified into 2 kingdoms, but now taxonomists agree on 5 kingdom classification system. We will see the basis of these classification systems and the drawbacks in the 2 kingdom and 3 kingdom classification systems. Let's start the next. सबसे पहले आ गया 2 kingdom classification system. सबसे पुराना ये सिस्टम था. It is the oldest system and classifies all organisms into 2 kingdoms, that is Plantae and Animalia. मैंने पहले ही बता दिया. सबसे पहले ये 2 सिस्टम आए थे जिसमें 2 ग्रुप्स थे, प्लांट्स के और एनिमल्स के, और उसके अंदर उनकी सब स्पीशीज को क्लासीफाई किया गया था. According to it, all organisms that can prepare food from simple inorganic materials and thus can store energy are autotrophs and are included in kingdom Plantae. On the other hand, the organisms that cannot synthesize their food and depend on autotrophs or others are heterotrophs and are included in kingdom Animalia. According to this system, bacteria, fungi, and algae were included in kingdom Plantae. Some taxonomists found this system unworkable because many unicellular organisms like Euglena have both plant-like presence of chlorophyll, and animal-like heterotrophic mode of nutrition in darkness and lack of cell wall characters. So there should be a separate kingdom for such organisms. This system also ignores the difference between organisms having prokaryotic and those having eukaryotic cells. Then उसके बाद आया three kingdom classification system. In 1866, Ernst Haeckel solved the first objection and proposed a third kingdom, that is Protista, to accommodate Eulina-like organisms. He also included bacterian kingdom Protista in this system, and they were still included in the kingdom Plantae. So this system did not clear the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Some biologists disagree about the position of fungi in kingdom Plantae. Fungi resemble plants in many ways but are not autotrophs. They are special form of heterotrophs that get their food by absorption. They do not have cellulose in their cell walls, rather possess chitin. तो थर्ड किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम को भी एग्री नहीं किया गया क्योंकि यहाँ पर स्टिल बात हो रही थी फंजाई की, क्योंकि उसको हम किंगडम प्लांटी में नहीं रख सकते थे। फिर उसके बाद नेक्स्ट आया फाइव किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम. In 1937, E. Chatton suggested the terms of prokaryotic to describe bacteria and eukaryotic to describe animal and plant cells. In 1967, Robert Whittaker introduced the five kingdom classification system. This system is based on the levels of cellular organization, that is prokaryotic, unicellular, eukaryotic, and multicellular eukaryotic. The principal modes of nutrition, that is photosynthesis, absorption, and ingestion. On this basis, organisms are classified into five kingdoms, that is Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. In 1988, Margulis and Schwartz modified the five kingdom classification of Whittaker. They considered genetics along with cellular organization and mode of nutrition in classification. They classified the organisms into the same five kingdoms as proposed by Whittaker. The five kingdoms. आफ्टर ऑब्जेक्शन मतलब थर्ड किंगडम भी सिलेक्ट नहीं हुआ, टू किंगडम भी नहीं सिलेक्ट हुआ, देन आया द फाइव किंगडम्स. द जनरल characteristics of the five kingdoms are as follows. Kingdom Monera, it includes prokaryotic organisms, that is they are more made of prokaryotic cells. Monerans are unicellular, although some types from chains, clusters and colonies of cells. ये यूनिसेलुलर होते हैं, ये इसकी जो टाइप्स हैं वो कुछ चेन्स बनाकर रहते हैं, कुछ क्लस्टर्स एंड कुछ कॉलोनीज बनाकर रहते हैं. प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स आर रेडिकली different from eukaryotic cells. Most are heterotrophic, but some perform photosynthesis because they have chlorophyll in their cytoplasm. Within this kingdom, there are two different kinds of organisms, that is bacteria and cyanobacteria. तो यहाँ तक बात हो गई किंगडम मोनेरा के अंदर, इसमें हमने रख दिया बैक्टीरिया एंड साइनोबैक्टीरिया. Next है kingdom Protista. It includes eukaryotic unicellular and simple multicellular organisms. There are three main types of protists. Algar unicellular, colonial, or simple multicellular. They resemble plant cells with cell walls and chlorophyll in chloroplasts. Simple multicellular means that they do not have multicellular sex organs and do not form embryos during their life cycles. Protozoans resemble animals whose cells lack chlorophyll and cell walls. Some protists are fungi-like. Okay, then आ जाता है kingdom Protista. इसकी ये तीन characteristics रखे गए, ठीक है, तीन तरह के होते हैं Protista. और जो इनकी ये मल्टी सेलुलर और प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स वगैरह हैं, इसकी हमने डिटेल्ड बात की थी अपनी प्रीवियस वीडियोस में. Next है kingdom fungi. It includes eukaryotic multicellular heterotrophs which are absorptive in their nutritional mode, that is mushrooms. Most fungi are decomposers. They live in organic material, secrete digestive enzymes and absorb small organic molecules formed by the digestion by enzymes. Next है kingdom Plantae. It includes eukaryotic multicellular autotrophs. Plants are autotrophic in nutritional mode, making their own food by photosynthesis. They have multicellular sex organs and form embryos during their life cycles. Mosses, ferns, and flowering plants are included in this kingdom. Next है kingdom Animalia. It includes eukaryotic multicellular consumers. Animals live mostly by ingesting food and digesting it within specialized cavities. They lack cell wall and show movements. Kingdom Animalia में ये सब यानी कि human beings and all these things. इस तरह सब साइंटिस्ट इन 5 किंगडम्स पर एग्री हुए ताकि हम डिटेल्ड डिस्कशन कर सकें, उनके बारे में जान सकें, उनके बारे में पढ़ सकें, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इन दीज 5 किंगडम्स। इस तरह से इन किंगडम्स की डिवीजन की गई है। यहाँ पर आ जाता है प्लांटी, इसमें सब ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ प्लांट्स आ जाएंगे, फंजाई इस तरह, जिसमें हम मशरूम्स वगैरह की स्टडी करते हैं क्योंकि ये फूड को एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं। किंगडम एनिमेलिया में सब चीज़ें, प्रोटिस्टा में आ जाते हैं यूग्लिना और एल्गा एंड अमीबा वगैरह, और मोनरा में आ जाते हैं बैक्टीरिया एंड साइनोबैक्टीरिया। सो यहाँ पर एक डिफरेंस है इन 5 किंगडम्स का। जो हमने 1 बाय 1 डिस्कस किया है उस सबको एक टेबल की फॉर्म में इस तरह से लिखा गया है ताकि इजीली इनका डिफरेंस पढ़ा जा सके। नेक्स्ट आ जाता है स्टेटस ऑफ वायरसेस। वायरसेस आर एट द बॉर्डर लाइन ऑफ लिविंग एंड नॉन लिविंग, के अभी तक ये स्टिल नहीं पता कि ये लिविंग है कि नॉन लिविंग है, एंड ड्यू टू देयर क्रिस्टलाइन नेचर दे आर कंसीडर्ड आर एज नॉन लिविंग. They are acellular, that is, they do not have cellular organization yet show some characters of living organisms. For example, they possess DNA. Viruses contain either RNA or DNA. Normally encased in protein coat, they reproduce only in living cells, where they cause a number of diseases. They are not considered as organisms and thus are not included in the 5 kingdom classification system. Prions and viroids are also acellular particles and are not included in the 5 kingdom classification system. अब prions and viroids क्या होते हैं? Prions are composed of protein only and act as infectious particles in plants. They are acellular particles and are not included in 5 kingdom classification as well. And viroids, they are acellular in nature and composed of circular RNA only and act as infectious particles and cause disease in certain plants. They are not included in 5 kingdom classification also. So this is all about today. Inshallah, we will meet soon on the next lecture. Allah Hafiz, take care.